The showdown resumed exactly where it had left off. Yeo-Un snapped out of his shock in an instant. With a sharp motion, he summoned 5 enhanced, formless swords and hurled them forward, meeting Malice's devastating punch head-on. Malice's expression hardened as the invisible blades screamed through the air. For the first time, his eyes flickered with surprise. He's countering my fist, with formless sword unification. The collision was catastrophic. Red and white energies erupted violently as their attacks smashed together, shaking both air and ground. In the next instant, Malice lifted his leg into a sweeping kick aimed at Yeo-Un's head. Yeo-Un reacted immediately, leaning backward as the kick sliced through the space above him. But in that brief opening, Malice clenched his left fist and unleashed a barrage of crushing blows toward Yeo-Un's chest, leaving him no room to evade. Moments later, Malice was forced to stagger back, his hands trembling slightly. "What incredible rebound force," he noted silently, before muttering aloud. "It's been a long time since my fists felt this numb." Almost instantly, Yeo-Un counterattacked, sending his formless swords surging forward once more, forcing Malice to flinch. Their powers collided again, shaking the heavens and earth as a massive wave of force surged outward, blotting out the sky itself. At the impact point, a gigantic crater tore open the ground, the terrain utterly transformed, its depths still steaming as thick dust and smoke spiraled upward. Both figures remained standing, locked in a silent standoff across the devastated battlefield. Malice's bamboo hat shattered, dropping to the ground, its rope falling beside it. Yeo-Un had taken several heavy blows to the chest, yet not a trace of weakness showed on his face. He stood calmly, aura steady and unbroken. "Every strike," he said evenly, "is a killing fist technique." Yeo-Un glared at Malice, his gaze sharp and focused. "My chi far surpasses his. Yet he has compiled all martial arts and drawn out power to this level. To become this strong through purely human ability, without an origin core, we are enemies, but he is truly remarkable." His expression remained calm as his thoughts flowed. The final technique of the heavenly demon sword art, created by the founder at the peak of the life and death realm. He could unify all his fists into a single punch and wield it freely at will. And so can I. Malice cracked his neck slowly. "It's been a long time since I faced a true opponent." He shifted into a battle stance, eyes burning with resolve. "Not going all out against a warrior of your caliber would be an insult. I'll acknowledge it. You're not an intruder to be expelled, but a worthy opponent." In the next moment, Malice unleashed his full might. The space around him warped and twisted as if reality itself were bending. "It's been decades since someone forced me to use the Limitless Void Fist," he declared. Shock rippled through the demonic cult warriors. One of them gasped. "The pressure is overwhelming. The surrounding space looks distorted." But Yeo-Un did not retreat. He clenched his fist tightly. "I'll return those words to you." Instantly, blazing energy erupted from his body, fierce and scorching. The air trembled as a flaming, formless sword began to materialize high above. Yeo-Un's eyes remained steady, confidence unwavering as his formless sword took on a fiery attribute. "If you let your guard down," he said coldly, "you'll die, war god Malice." Malice didn't flinch. A faint smile curved his lips. "So you were hiding your full power as well." Their auras crashed together once more, so violent that the air itself seemed to fracture beneath the crushing pressure. From the sidelines, Cheon Yeo-Woon watched in awe. "So what you showed this old man wasn't your full strength." He narrowed his eyes thoughtfully. "I knew you absorbed an origin core, but to control so many different kinds of chi within one body, the energy you call heavenly demon chi forms the core, harmonizing 3 completely different forces into one. This battle will truly decide the greatest under heaven." The thought echoed inwardly as a silent warning followed. "Be careful, Yeo-Un." Above him, 3 formless swords had already taken shape, blazing as the 2 warriors faced each other in a tense standoff. Yeo-Un's eyes were wide, unblinking. Since he took that stance, there's no longer any opening or feint. His offense and defense are perfect. I haven't felt this tension in a long time. Across from him, Malice's gaze was just as intense. "It's my first time seeing attributes infused into a formless sword, but..." His eyes flicked toward the hovering blades. They feel even more ominous as they merge with his energy. If he properly controls 3 formless swords, it's like facing 3 masters at once. In the next instant, Malice moved first. He surged forward, closing the distance in a blink. I need to stay close and give him no opening. A void-shaking fist shot out, violent wind pressure coiling around it like a storm. In that brief moment, Malice's fist was already before Yeo-Woon's chest, leaving him no space to evade. Yet Yeo-Woon remained unusually calm. The wind pressure is tremendous. He drew his hand back, controlling the formless swords in the air. The 3 blades began to spin rapidly, generating their own raging wind gale. Malice's void fist and Yeo-Woon's roaring current collided violently, the wind slicing through the ground as the forces balanced against each other. Still composed, Yeo-Un focused. The wind pressure is meant to conceal the true power of his fist. If I focus only on the wind, that punch will strike my chest directly. In the midst of the clash, he sent one formless sword streaking toward Malice, his timing sharp and precise. Malice's lips twitched with silent amusement as he instantly gathered chi into his other fist. The space around it shrank and warped. You saw through the true move? The Eastern caste god Malice unleashed his right-hand punch, meeting the flying formless sword head-on. A violent shockwave erupted. The compressed space before Malice's fist cracked slightly, and Yeo-Woon's formless sword deformed under the impact. Malice's eyes widened as he muttered. He blocked it. He didn't cancel it completely, but even with attributes, it couldn't pierce through. But the formless sword reformed, sharpening with sudden intensity before thrusting forward once more. Shock registered on Malice's face. It broke through. He stomped the ground to steady himself, but the sheer force of the strike shattered the earth beneath him. Leaping backward, he sent the broken rocks flying upward to intercept Yeo-Woon's formless sword. Yet even as he did, he realized something crucial. The sword couldn't block the lightning chi. Forcing my way in will be difficult. Before he could react further, another formless sword plummeted from above. Glancing to the side, Malice spotted yet another sword hurtling toward him with terrifying speed. He gritted his teeth, cursing inwardly. Damn, he can use sword techniques too. Backpedaling to avoid the first descending strike, he muttered. Distorting space alone can't stop it. There's no other choice. His expression hardened, eyes turning white as he unleashed the limitless void fist. Engulfed in blinding light chi, his fist shot upward in a powerful uppercut. A formless fist formed from his energy, surged forward to shatter Yeo-Woon's sword. Blow after blow followed in rapid succession, Malice attempting to destroy each of Yeo-Woon's formless swords as they clashed violently. Neither fighter held back. Catastrophic attacks collided, sending shockwaves that tore across the terrain. Malice was thrown backward, sliding to a screeching halt as he fought to steady himself. Yeo-Un, however, remained unshaken. Calmly, he clicked his tongue and raised 2 fingers, manipulating his formless sword with precise control. Yeo-Un glanced at Malice, a trace of worry in his eyes. To concentrate power into a formless fist, he said softly. The attack had shattered one of his formless swords completely, sending the energy flowing backward. All 3 of Yeo-Woon's formless swords hovered around him, steady and ready. Malice drew a few measured breaths, his gaze sharp. Has he already finished recovering? He still has plenty of chi left. A thin line of blood dripped from the corner of Malice's mouth. He grimaced slightly, thinking, this is troublesome. I can match him in martial power, but my chi is lacking. Keeping 3 formless swords without running out of chi, it feels like fighting a spirit beast before ascension. Narrowing his eyes, he muttered, there's no choice but to give up flesh to take the bone. A formless sword imbued with attributes rivaled a concentrated formless fist. With that in mind, he surged forward with inhuman speed, silently calculating. I'll shatter all 3 swords at once with the formless fist, then finish him with the secret of limitless void fist. I'll endure the backlash of chi reversal 3 times, but I must overcome it. Light poured from his fist, chi radiating like a storm, as he closed in on Yeo-Un, who remained calm, unmoved by the charging attack. Malice noticed something strange as he drew closer. I'm this close, and yet there's no movement at all. He steadied his resolve, pressing onward. I don't know what he's planning, but the closer I get, the better. I can use the secret of Limitless Void Fist without much damage. Yeo-Woon's lips curved into a faint smile. Thanks to you, I've learned something valuable, he said quietly. Malice's eyes widened in surprise. What does he mean by that? Yeo-Woon's hands moved gracefully, creating a new, more refined, formless sword. I'll show my gratitude, War God, he said, his voice calm but charged with intent.